Prior to its premiere, the movie The Substance created a lot of attention. I expected the story to be darker before I watched, but the surprising turn at the end really took me by surprise. The movie analyzes how the entertainment and media industries enforce beauty standards, especially for women, and how these influences can destroy a person's sense of value. It tells a compelling story about how a person may turn into their own worst enemy. The lifestyles of Elizabeth and Harvey, the story's two main protagonists, are contrasted. Even though Elizabeth was still gorgeous for her age, she was sacked from her job as a television host because she had reached 50 and was no longer deemed attractive by industry standards. Harvey, on the other hand, maintained his professional success despite being roughly the same age. He was depicted as dishonorable, sloppy, and immoral, but he got away with it. As he introduced new shows with big ratings, exposing the gender double standards in the industry, his success only increased. Elizabeth's decline into self-loathing and Harvey's unbridled hedonism are sharply contrasted in the movie. Harvey's unkempt eating habits, metallic heels, and discolored teeth are all representations of his carefree way of living. Elizabeth, however, is heartbroken by the notion that her value and career had an expiration date because of her age alone. Elizabeth's dependence on the enigmatic drug intended to rejuvenate her is another factor contributing to her demise. She aged quickly, though, because she used it for 3 months rather than the suggested 1 week. Enraged by jealousy and self-doubt, Elizabeth attempts to destroy Sue, her younger, better clone. However, she later regrets it after learning that the pressure to live up to society's standards of beauty prevented her from appreciating her own life. The devastating aspect of self-hatred is reflected in the heartbreaking scenario where Sue, a clone who represents Elizabeth's idealized self, murders the original Elizabeth. The last moments are eerily metaphorical. Sue utilizes a prohibited activator as her illness develops, combining with Elizabeth to create a hideous, monstrous form. Elizabeth's billboard face is torn off by this monster, Elisa Sue, who displays a renewed respect for her former self. Ironically, Elizabeth didn't recognize her former beauty until she became a true monster. Elizabeth's disembodied visage creeps toward her Hollywood Walk of Fame star in the film's concluding moments, serving as a moving reminder of her illustrious past. Her melting into the earth represents her acceptance of her past and the transient nature of celebrity. The film emphasizes how a person's sense of self-worth may be taken away by the industry's strict standards, leaving them hollow and desperate for approval. The Substance employs sensory overload through close-up shots, powerful auditory cues, and hideous imagery to induce discomfort and reflect the crushing constraints of beauty standards, despite its gruesome sequences and unsettling visuals. In an amazing performance, Demi Moore portrays Elizabeth's transformation from adored celebrity to a hideous person driven by jealousy. As Harvey, the vile TV executive who treats women like commodities, Dennis Quaid excels. Sue Margaret Quay, a rookie, portrays the clone with both intensity and sensitivity, holding her own against more experienced actresses. Overall, The Substance presents a provocative critique of social norms, even though its gruesome imagery is not for the faint of heart. The film's current and powerful message on self-worth and the pressure to live up to excessive expectations is noteworthy. If you want to see more in-depth film analyses and breakdowns, make sure to visit my channel or listen to the playlist that is linked in the video.